God, in these last days, is going to raise you so-called black natives and Hispanics out of the land of your captivity if you repent and keep his law.
Who's the king? The Black Messiah.
That's right.
The Black Messiah.
That's right.
Taking me. Now I got my brothers and we thousands deep. Which one of you devils wanna bat with me? Christ smash! Yeah. On these bastards, some heathens run. Come them church girls who never loved to but steady humming. Time to transform the water forever run. Giving H2O to your soul, your spirit sunken. It's wartime, Israel don't back down. Lines on my eyes like they my eyebrows. Days is not small but soon gon' bow down. The gods gon' rise up and take back our crown.
Come learn about your true history. Come learn about your heritage. Let me ask you real quick. What's your nationality?
I'm Christian. I'm Christian.
You're a Christian? The brother says a Christian. Do you know the Christian is just a denomination? It's not a race of people. It's not a nationality. So it's a denomination, meaning what? Like just like some man created. Baptist, Pentecost, Seventh-day. Right, you know, it's just a denomination. That's all it is. So, what's your national? What race of people do you come from? Is your dad so-called blacks, Hispanic, or Native Indians? Can you tell me that?
They are black.
Your so-called father is a black man.
Yep.
It's a black man. Okay. Do you know who you are according to the Bible, though? Give me that. Deuteronomy 1:1 real quick. Deuteronomy 1. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So this is the word God spoke to us through the prophet Moses, that we're the Israelites according to the Bible. It doesn't say black, it doesn't say, what was the denomination you just talked about? Christian. So a true Christian according to the Bible would be following his word. Right?
That's right.
Okay, so give me 28, Deuteronomy 28. Let me see if you're familiar with this history right here. Give me 46 first. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 46.
Bring it out.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So it's talking about they shall be upon thee for a sign. Now give me verse 15. It's talking about they shall be upon you for a sign, meaning this curses that we're about to go into is going to show who you are according to the Bible, right? Yeah.
What's your name, young man?
Claude.
Huh? Claude, okay. My man right here who pulled over, what's your name, sir? Mambo. Claude Mambo, okay. How old are you, young man?
I'm 16.
You 16, how old are you, sir?
7.
He said he was a Christian. Are you a Christian as well?
No.
What, you practice any religion? You're a Muslim. Okay, I'll praise the Most High. Let me start with Claude first. Claude, who is this man right here?
Bring it out.
Who's that man on that picture?
Jesus.
Jesus. Where can you find that image in the Bible?
Bring it out.
No.
Bring it out.
You can't? Now, Claude and Mambo, were both y'all ancestors brought over here on slave ships? Did y'all have slavery in your history? Did you have slavery in your history, your peoples? Yes. What race of people enslaved your people? White people. So you mean to tell me your Jesus looked like the same people who enslaved your people? Is that what you're saying?
Bring it out.
That seem right? Because they say what? Pray to Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Pray to Jesus. So when your forefathers was getting whipped, beat, and killed, was they praying to that man right there? Does that make sense? That makes sense to you? So right, there we go, Claude. Does it make sense to pray to the same people who killing you and abusing you? Why would they stop? You said you was a Christian as well. You read this Bible? You read a little bit? You know a little bit? Where can you find your race in this Bible? Nowhere. So how are you going to listen to them and they're going to tell you who you are? My brother Claude right here, you said you're a Muslim. Let me ask you, right now, us as black folks, us as Hispanics, Native Americans, are we living at the bottom of society right now?
Bring it out.
Yes. You might be a little bit too young to understand, a little bit too young, but it's okay, because you're going to still get this word today too. We at the bottom of society right now. What does the Quran or what does Muslim tell you why we at the bottom of society? Us as black folks, because not everybody at the bottom. Did you see us over there just a minute ago?
Where?
Did you see us over there just a minute ago?
Yeah.
Me and some brothers. Who came and kicked us off? Who had the power to tell us to get off that corner and move? White people, right? The same people who gave you that image. So everybody at the bottom of society. So I'm asking you again, what does the Quran or what does your religion, the Muslim religion, tell you about why we at the bottom of society?
Bring it out.
What answer do they give you?
That's not a good answer.
No good answer. All praises. It's trash. It's trash, bro. This is the one and only true book. Not only does it tell you, my young man right here, Claude. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's Claude. Okay. Not only does it tell you what your true nationality is, that we are the Israelites, the chosen people of God, but it also gives you the solutions to get out of the predicament that we're in. Bring it out. At the bottom of society right now, whether you believe it or not. That's why we out here today. These men out here are trying to show you who you are in this Bible and what you must do to get out of the positions that we're in right now. Now, Mambo, is that right? You give me an example. If I didn't know no better myself that we was at the bottom of society, you give me something like, if this was your son, what example would you tell him to prepare him for the world? Because we know it's dangerous out here for black men like us. So you give me an example of us being at the bottom of society. You give me something. It ain't hard, man. Give me something. Easy. We just had an example. Another nation can tell us to move and we can't go where we want to go. You give me another example. The police. How is our interaction with the police?
Come on.
Bring it out.
Bad. You would warn your son. You believe that, right? That our interaction with the police is bad. Black man and Caucasian man is bad, right? My young man, you got to learn a little bit. Just stick around. When we say bad, let's be clear. When we say bad, they can shoot us down, and we know for sure they're not going to go to jail.
That's right.
The Ferguson, Missouri police officer who shot and killed 18-year-old Michael Brown. The city continues to protest what they argue to be an unfair, trigger-happy police force and a war zone reaction to civilian protests. Unfortunately, this is far from the first time we've heard this story in America. Los Angeles, 1991. Rodney King, a 25-year-old black man, refuses to pull over after he's flagged for speeding. After a high-speed chase, 4 police officers surround him and severely beat him. Security footage sparks mass public outrage. Despite that, all 4 officers are acquitted of excessive force charges, and residents riot in South Central LA, causing millions of dollars in damage, thousands of injuries, and 53 deaths. New York, 2006. Sean Bell is drunk at his bachelor party. After an altercation outside a nightclub is misinterpreted by police, Bell and 2 friends are shot 50 times, killing Bell and severely injuring the others.
Oh, Sean Bell, NYPD, go to hell!
Mass protests follow, and despite outcry, all officers tried for the shooting are acquitted. San Francisco, 2009. Oscar Grant is involved in a drunk scuffle on a BART train late on New Year's night. Police respond and detain Grant and several friends. An unarmed Grant resists his subduer, despite being kept prone. An officer on the scene shoots him in the back, in front of dozens of witnesses, some of whom are videotaping the incident. Grant dies in the hospital a few hours later. The community immediately galvanizes to demonstrate against the police's conduct. The officer serves 2 years in prison and is now out on parole. The events inspired the 2013 film Fruitvale Station. Sanford, Florida, 2012. 17-year-old Trayvon Martin is walking home from a convenience store. Neighborhood watch coordinator George Zimmerman believes Martin looks suspicious. After he calls the police, Zimmerman approaches Martin. The two struggle, and Zimmerman fatally shoots and kills the unarmed teenager. Protests spread across the country, with figures like Al Sharpton and President Obama lending their voices in disdain for Florida's Stand Your Ground laws, which to this date have not been changed.
I just ask people to consider, if Trayvon Martin was of age and armed, could he have stood his ground on that sidewalk?
Ferguson, Missouri, 2014. Michael Brown and a friend are walking in the middle of the street. Officer Darren Wilson orders Brown and his friend off the street. A struggle ensues through the officer's truck's window, and a gunshot sends Brown running. Wilson pursues and shoots Brown 6 times. Protests, both violent and peaceful, erupt in Ferguson. Eventually, police deploy in military fashion, using non-lethal beanbag rounds to control protests and injuring several children in the process. Federal and state governments decide to take a second look at the over-militarization of police. Brown's death and the resulting chaos in Ferguson are milestones in the momentum these cases have gained. Outcry is louder on both sides, and while the government pledges to consider reform to police policy and state law, it seems like these stories have become depressingly predictable.
If a white male teen was involved in the same kind of scenario, that from top to bottom, both the outcome and the aftermath might have been different.
How many more times can the country withstand a tragic shooting, a muddy trial, and the resulting chaos?
They can arrest us for false charges. They can imprison us, they can tell us to move, right? Those are bad examples, is that correct? Did you know that that was in the Bible? That's it. No, okay. This is how we know that we're Israel. This is how we know who we are, because that what we just brought out is in the Bible. That's right. My soldier right here was reading the curses that Moses said would be upon Israel. Are you men familiar with the Israelites in Egypt? Moses brought with the power of God, brought Israel out of Egypt. Y'all familiar with that? Yeah. You're familiar with that story? Okay. So now this is Moses in the wilderness. He's speaking with Israel. Let's get that to Deuteronomy 27:1. Read.
Bring it out.
Let's go.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
So the audience is Israel. That's right. The audience that we're talking to is Israel. That's right. We're not talking to everybody else. We're coming for our people. So now Moses warned Israel what would happen if they didn't keep God's laws. Read verse 15.
28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Claude, I bet you never heard this in church. Moses is warning Israel, it shall come to pass, it's gonna happen. Bring it up. If you don't listen to God, read,
teach. To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God is warning Israel through Moses, certain bad things are going to happen to you if you don't keep my commandments. Now, I asked you just a minute ago, Mambo, about our interactions with the police. One of the curses that God will put upon Israel and Israel only is that curse right there. Give me verse 66. Read.
Verse 66.
Remember, Moses is speaking with Israel. What's going to come to pass if you don't keep God's commandments? Keep that in mind. A curse. Who does this fit? Read.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
In order for your life to hang in doubt, Mambo, somebody else has to have power over your life. Right. When we were on these slave ships, when they had us in slavery, did they not have power over our life to hang us and to kill us? Absolutely. Moses warned us that these curses would be upon us forever. That's why your father went through the same thing you going through. That's why your kids will go through the same thing you going through. Because the curses will be upon Israel forever. So no matter if we're talking about 1619 or 2019, your life is going to hang in doubt before you. Somebody else has power over your life. Right now is the so-called Caucasian man. He has power to take your life, and he don't give a damn if he do it because he knows he's not going to get prosecuted. Right then or today. So Moses warned you what would happen if you didn't keep God's commandments. Read that from the top.
Verse 66.
Because you don't want to keep God's laws, this is what would happen to the black man today. Read.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Mambo, right now you can't assure me that you're going to get home safe today, because a cop can pull you over just for talking to us and take your life, and you already said you know he ain't going to jail. That's why there ain't no white Sandra Bland's, ain't no Chinese Tamir Rice, or no Emmett Tills. They all black because we fit these curses. That's how you know you Israel, Mambo. Muslims ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing about this because that ain't your history, that ain't your heritage, that ain't your peoples. We are the Israelites according to this Bible. That's right. That's how we know who we are, because these curses. That's also how we know that how we are gonna solve our problems. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2, I think it is.
Break it out.
Either 8, 2 or 3 about chastise a child. Mambo, you said you got kids, right? You have kids, okay. So if your child doesn't do what you told them to do, you told them to do homework at 9 o'clock, they don't do homework at 9 o'clock, are you going to chastise your child? You said no. So how do you correct the action? If your child don't do what you told them to do, how do you correct the action? I'm going to teach you how to do it and get them, and they don't punish you. Punishment, that's what I'm looking for, right. The punishment is not to kill them, it's to correct the action. That's what I'm asking, right. Well, you might punish your child different ways, but that's what God said he's going to do with Israel as well. I chose you to be my chosen nation. If you don't do what I told you to do, I'm going to punish you with slavery. I'm going to punish you with oppression. I'm going to punish you with low wages. I'm going to punish you with bad housing. All of that is in this Bible. Bible. You're not going to find that in the Quran. You know what I want? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son,
So as Mambo chastens his son, as Claude's parents chastise you, read.
so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee.
Give me Zechariah 11 and 5. You know what I want.
Bring it out.
So God is going to punish us the same way you will punish your child until we get right.
That's right.
That's the only reason that's going to change. So that is the solution, Mambo. You must come back to your true nationality of who you are according to this Bible and start doing what God told you to do in the first place. Give me that real quick and I'm going to give it back to the soldier. So what Zechariah, your brother, is doing in this Bible, Mambo, is the same thing that we're doing today. He's going out to his people. This was written thousands of years ago, but his conditions is the same as yours. Read. Mambo, listen up. Check this out. Read.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5.
Bring it out. This is in the Bible. Read.
Whose possessors slay them?
Who are our possessors, Mambo? Who are our possessors? Black man's possessors. Who possesses right now? White people, absolutely. 100% correct. Whose possessors slay them, kill us, shoot us down, lynch us, whatever the case may be. Whose possessors slay them, read.
And hold themselves not guilty.
Did you catch that? That was the conditions of the Israelites then. That's the conditions of the Israelites today. That's how you know you're an Israelite.
That's right.
So and this is the greatest thing that you can ever get. That's why we compelled you to come over here. You talk about you want to run home real quick. This is the greatest information you will ever get in your life. It's perfect for you to stop.
That's right.
Your questions now, Mambo, should be either two things. Prove to me more, because you want to walk away with knowing that you're an Israelite and knowing what you got to do to help your peoples. So two things you need to be asking. Give me some more proof that I'm an Israelite. Prove to me that Christ was a black man who looked dark-skinned just like me. Or, if you already convinced, what do I got to do next?
Yeah, I never back, no retreat. Nah, always surviving the heat. Yeah, you shoot me down in the street. Hold up, I came with many, we deep. Yeah, 144 deep. Man, I done came with a fleet. Got all my brothers with me. Yeah, I know you smelling defeat. I know you smelling defeat. You gon' be kissing my feet. Yeah, all of my brothers gon' eat. All of my brothers elite. Yeah, I be facing the east. Wisdom and knowledge increase. You got a minute and seconds. God is releasing the beast. Your time is up on a lease. I just pull up for the rent. Give me that. Don't be expecting no grace. You get no chance to repent. My haters looking so bent.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.